So I want to sweep a ball end mill along a path ending up with this geometry. So here is a portion of my ball end mill model, and then here is my resulting part. And so let's go through the process. It's similar to the way we would manufacture this in the real world. And so I turn on my sketch. So on the lathe, we would turn the cylinder and put the fillet on the end. Now I've gone ahead and put the sketch for the end mill in here as well. And so then the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and turn uh, that diameter. So also I'm going to put the path in here for this end mill, but we'll come back and look at that. So I turn the end mill. Now I'm only going to do one half of it, and then we can mirror that body so we can save computational resources by only modeling one half and then mirror. So then I'll drill a hole through the part, okay? And same way we would do it in manufacturing, we would go ahead and drill that hole through. And then I'm going to create my ball end mill. So I revolve this profile for the ball end mill. And by the way, the drill hole was this and this. That gives you the drilled hole, and then the ball end mill. And then I'm going to sweep that along that path. And so let's look at that path. And maybe if we turn off the visibility of the body, we can see this. So the ball end mill is going to go along here and come over here someplace to finish. Now you can put whatever dimensions that you want on this. I use nice simple arcs and a straight line, but put in an offset distance for the tool to come up here, and then a radius over here, and radius. Now you could put in a spline here if you wanted a more complicated path for this. I just used an arc, a straight line, and another arc. This represents the diameter of my ball end mill. All right, and so now one little issue that I ran into is when I'm doing this, the solid sweep. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say edit that feature, and it previews incorrectly. So I got it. I want to go all the way to the end here, and and so if I drag this arrow and I go all the way to the end here, and actually let's drag the other arrow and see what happens. So I'm going to drag this arrow, and actually it's only going to go up a certain distance. So let's go ahead and drag this. But see this arrow right here, when I'll drag that arrow. I need to get hold of it. And so I'll go up here until it snaps right here. Okay, so we can see that that's parallel right there. So that's where we want to be our start point, and then we want to go all the way to the end of this path, and it'll, as you move this along, it will snap at that end point too. Now on my screen, it is pretty obvious. It might not be real obvious in the recording when it's snapping to that end point. And so I'm going to start it at a position 0 along this and go the full length of that arc. Now I didn't start down here. I actually started up here. And let's just pull that one more time. So if I bring this along here, see if I come down here, it starts off at an angle, and I don't want to start off at an angle there for this start position. I want to come up here until it's at 0 and start from that position. Now, when I do this, it cuts the body okay. You know, it as we would expect it to, But when I edit it, if I go back and edit this, it previews incorrectly. And so it's solving correctly, but it's previewing incorrectly. And that looks like a bug in the program to me. And then the next step that I did after doing the solid sweep. Oh, let's look at one more thing on that solid sweep. So I'm going to edit feature. And so you have to select this solid sweeps here, sweeping a solid body along a path to cut another body, just like you'll do out on the shop floor with the end mill. And then I'll put a uh, fillet along this edge to smooth those edges off. Okay, so we don't want a sharp edge along here that would cut our rope that goes through here. And actually, for some reason, this has given me a sick, probably because I made some changes here. But let's just edit this. I think we won't even have to do anything. We'll just have to say OK, and it'll fix it. And that's what I suspect. Because I was moving things around at some point, it threw an error on that. Uh, and then I'll mirror that entire body to the other side. And then put my hole in here. Now I start out with it being a cosmetic thread. Okay, so I start out with it being cosmetic, and then I can put the chamfers on here. And then after I put the chamfer on here, then I change this to a model thread. If you try to do it the other way around, the the chamfer is going to try to follow the screw thread all the way down through the part. We only want to chamfer the outer edge of the hole for the part. So there is my solution. There might be other solutions, but I'm a little bit concerned about the preview of this. If I go back and edit it, it's not previewing correctly, although it solves correctly.